Hey, what is up guys, it's Gage from ARG, and we're going to be talking about Storming Mirror Force, which is a trap card to be released in Clash Rebellions, which again, the sneak peek is this weekend. I'm actually quite excited. I'm going to be attending mine, and I'm going to see exactly what cards I can get out. I know there's a lot of good things to get out of this set, and I'm really looking forward to attending and getting a lot of good stuff and getting some good trades, and as you guys should be. It's actually a really good set being released, and I'm really excited. So as always, the card is on the screen for you guys that are tuning in to watch, but for people just listening, I'm going to read it off for you guys. It's essentially a mirror force that bounces to hand. The exact effect reads, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, return all face-up attack position monsters your opponent controls to the hand. So, like I just said, it's a mirror force that returns things to hand. And this was actually much needed. Probably actually a while ago would have been a lot better, but it still is a much necessary card, and it is really powerful for what it can do. So if we look at a card like Mirror Force, obviously you want to be activating it when your opponent has 2 or more monsters on the field, so you can get at least some value out of it. You're doing a 1 for 2, which is good. 1 for 1ing a Mirror Force isn't that great, and the same applies to the Storming Mirror Force. It actually also may apply even more to the fact where you can get much more advantage out of the fact where if your opponent invests more resources in making XYZ monsters, you can potentially get 3 for 1s and everything, depending on how much resources they use to go into that XYZ. Like, for example, if my opponent went into a Satellar Knight Trigger and they invested 3 resources in it, 3 resources minus 1 because they get a search off at Deneb, then this is going to make them essentially go minus 2, even 3 actually, it's something around those numbers, because they're actually not going to get the effect off of the trigger that would normally be sent to graveyard if you activated a regular Mirror Force. That's really powerful, and that actually is talked about in the article here. It applies to cards such as like El Shaddai Winda, or like again the Satellar Knight XYZs, and Dante, Traveler of the Burning Abyss, where returning them to hand, they don't get those effects that activate when in graveyard, where Dante would normally get back a card from the graveyard. It doesn't do that anymore because it just goes straight back to extra deck. Granted, the materials on them are going to get the their effects, respectively, but actually hitting that Dante effect and getting it off the field is critical, and it actually might start seeing a rise in play of Downer Magician getting played more often, where people can't just leave their Dantes just sitting on the board anymore, because if you do happen to run into a Storming Mirror Force, it gets bounced to deck and you're out of some important advantage that you're going to be missing, where if you do make a Downer Magician, you still get the Dante and everything underneath it, so it's just as good. So this card is very powerful, and I would have preferred if we had this a lot longer ago. I mean, now is just as good as any other time to get it, but when XYZs, granted they still are in their prime, this card is absolutely absurd. Being able to bounce things back to the extra deck instead of getting back to hand. That's kind of important, but in the moment we are right now, with a deck like Necro still running around at top tier, it becomes very difficult to actually make use of this card. As long as Necros is tier 1, this card is going to be just sitting under the radar. Probably a very good side deck card against Burning Abyss, because let's face it, actually mirror forcing a board of my opponent's Necros monsters is 20 times better getting it to graveyard than rather than giving them it back to their hand, where they can use those hand effects of those Necros, because they actually do that. So, still, I feel like this card is very phenomenal. Being able to get your opponent out of important recursion effects with Shaddals, even the looping with Satellar Knight Trivia, and Delteros, and Dante Traveler of the Burning Abyss. That's 3 top tier decks that you're actually hitting down with this card, and it is actually something that players might have to start looking out for. Since Mirror Force isn't really played that much, Storming Mirror Force might take that spot. And I'm actually really excited to see what players can really do with this card. It's very powerful, and I'm actually going to pick as many up as I can myself, because this card is just going to be, if it's not good now, it's going to be good someday. It's just that kind of card. But if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to like the video, thumbs up the video. I'm going to press so you enjoyed the video. If you guys want to read articles from the toppest of top players, if you want to buy or sell product, or if you want to attend high-level events, alterrealitygames.com is your place to go check out. Be sure to like our Facebook fan page and subscribe to our Twitch stream if you haven't already. But as always, I thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys next time. Gage from ARG, signing out.